Jason coming to you again live from Console HQ.
Hi everyone.
Hey, how you going, Emma?
I'm good. How are you?
Perfect. I'm amazing.
Great.
So today we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about today, Emma?
Console Pay.
Awesome. Shall we dig straight in?
Let's do it.
Awesome. Well, first of all, tell us what is Console Pay and what does it essentially do for our customers?
Okay, so Console Pay is a direct debit and receipting solution. So essentially it's inbuilt into Console Cloud. It allows you to take control of your rental payments.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So there's no third party or anything like that. It's all built in.
So it's powered through Easy Debit.
Okay.
But you actually don't need to go into any other portal. So there's been some really massive changes for any existing Console Pay users. You've probably seen. There's no longer a need to go into a third-party portal. It's all within cloud itself, and yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Making payments easier.
All right, well, maybe I think we'll go into a bit of a deep dive. What do you reckon?
Yeah, let's do it. Come with me to a deep
Okay.
dive. So I'm going to start off with showing you how tenants can sign up. So essentially there's a couple of different options and every is different. So we know that you like to allow Console Cloud to do its thing, send out things automatically, or you want a bit more control over and send them out manually. So you have options.
Okay, so you don't need, doesn't need to be on or off for everyone.
No,
It's
that's right. Yeah.
selected people if you really want to do.
Exactly
Okay,
right.
that sounds cool.
So once you've activated Console Pay, which you can do so just from the Console Pay menu, you'll then see all your tenants within this screen.
I see.
So from here, the only tenants you're actually going to see here are tenants that haven't decided to sign up for Console Pay yet or haven't gone through that process just yet.
And can I invite them from, did I jump the gun? Are you trying to show me?
Oh.
Sorry.
No.
I'm just really excited. No.
So you can actually invite them from here. So at the moment, I've got my auto invite turned on. So you can turn it on or off with this top right button up here. You can see when they were last sent an invitation and when the next invite is scheduled by. And you might have those tenants who have said, it could be Betty down the road. She's like, look, I don't want to change the way I pay. I've been doing it for 30 years. Please don't invite me. That's fine. You can choose to disable their invitation. So by selecting that, they won't get any more. So in here, all I'm needing to do, if I was to do it manually, just select them all and choose invite to Console Pay. So when I do that, that's going to send either an email or SMS. So with email, it's going to send off basically a link for them to sign up through. With SMS, they can sign up through the tenant app.
Oh, so for those that are using the tenant app?
That's right,
Awesome.
And they can do all of their payment method, their rent schedule, everything through the tenant app. So it's all done there and then. And everyone's on their phones now, so why not?
Yeah, I kind of live off my phone. It is kind of life now. So
to our hip. To our hand, I should say.
Yeah.
So that's your invite. So it's really simple. It's easy. You can either do it yourself with manual payments, selecting just one or all of the tenants that you're wanting to send it to. Do it automatically, whichever works best for you. Email, SMS, you decide. So that's
awesome.
All right. So that's the sign-up process.
Okay, so once we've sent it out, we've got all our tenants to sign up, whoever wants to sign up sort of thing, and we started to use it. So how do you sort of see their rent schedules? Can you view like what they've got upcoming? Can you view what they've previously paid? And all that sort of information?
You certainly can. So just in the tenant screen, I can see on the far right, once my tenants have signed up for Console Pay, there's a little green tick next to them. Okay, so in the tenancy, I can see that Amelia is signed up with Console Pay. There's a little green tick for me. If I choose that ellipsis tool, there's a Manage Console Pay option there. So by doing that, my Console Pay drawer is going to pop out. In here, I can see their rent schedule. I can see the frequency and if they've decided to pay with invoices using Console Pay. So the great thing with Console Pay as well is you can do it all through invoices. So selecting to schedule an invoice when you're
so like our water invoices.
Exactly.
And things like that.
Yeah. Or if you've got any commercial tenancies, then they can pay all of their rent through Console Pay still. So it doesn't stop that either. You can see what's coming up. So just going into the upcoming tab, I can see all the rent payments that are scheduled. If I need to adjust one for whatever reason, I know things are unpredictable with COVID, then you can do so in this amount or the debit date. You can delete the payment as well. So if something's happened, you can choose to delete a single payment. You can see the payment history as well in this screen. So what's happened if there was any failed payments as well. So this is a really good transparent as well, and to see, okay, well, something's failed, it's been dishonoured or whatever reason, you can see that right there and then.
Okay, so I can sort of manage that directly within cloud.
Exactly. Yep. So I don't need to go into any other system. It's all here for me. I can update their payment method if needed as well. So if they've had a change of payment method, if they want to start paying through credit card or they've changed banks, I can do that for them here too.
Okay. What about if I wanted to, I know you said scheduling invoices, we'll probably get to that, won't we?
Yeah.
But what about if you just wanted to make, so they wanted to pay an extra whatever towards upcoming bills or something like that? Can I schedule payments, like one-off payments essentially?
Yeah, you can. That's right. So in this screen is where you'd actually choose to do that. So just by clicking new payment, I can do a single payment.
New payment.
Yeah, that's it. So schedule the payment, what type of payment it is. So maybe the rent's gone up, they need to pay an extra bit of bond. You can do that through here, rent or deposit. So if you know as well that they're wanting to put a bit of extra money for water that's coming up, then they can do that there too. So you can just type in the amount, choose your debit date and the description, and then create. That's it.
Oh, that's it. So that's scheduled, and it'll just sort of happen.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it sounds. Sorry, I'm just like a bit shocked because it's like really, really easy. I'm used to like having to go into two separate systems to manage all my direct debits, etc. So no. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So we just created a payment and done all that. Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. What about, you mentioned invoices, and we talked about that before.
That's right.
If I have a water invoice, which is essentially, probably one of the most common tenant invoices, can I manage and create payments while I'm doing that?
You can, yeah. So what I'll go into one of our existing invoices. So in my invoices screen, I can open up one of my invoices here, and I can actually choose to schedule the payment through Console Pay or see if it's already been scheduled. So you can do that either after the fact, so if you've raised the invoice and you haven't chosen to schedule it yet, or otherwise you can schedule it during the process. So I can see in this column as well which ones have been processed, which ones are unscheduled, and who isn't signed up as well. So I can see that all transparently through my invoices screen. So all I need to tick is schedule payment, who the tenant is, and how I want the invoice to be sent to them. So either by email or if I want to download, I can do that. What that's going to do as well for the tenant is have a little message on the bottom of the invoice to say that this has been scheduled on this date.
Oh, okay, so they don't forget about it. Obviously, the invoice they'll be sent and it'll say down the bottom.
And they'll know they don't need to pay through it separately. It's all been scheduled for them on their behalf.
What about if I want to change that message? Because I like to customise everything.
Oh, we
to
like
my
customising. You can do that. So that's actually in the Console Pay screen.
Okay.
And under messaging, that's where you can change that. So if need be that you wanted to change whatever that says, you might want it to be a bit more to your agency, then you can do that here, and you can see that there's merge fields available for it as well.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool.
Sounds amazing.
Another thing I want to show you is the workflows.
My next question. You kind of...
Telepathically.
Yeah, telepathic, yeah, exactly. In sync.
Yes.
So I was going to ask, well, what about if the tenant finishes, so they're vacating, or even a lease renewal and things like that? Like, do we, because I know it's happened before, I've seen it a few times where tenants been getting debited.
That's the worst thing, isn't it? I remember if they've forgotten to cancel their direct debits, it goes off to the owner, then you got to call the owner and go, oh, sorry, can you send that back?
Okay.
So you don't want that. So now there's no longer that need anymore. So it's part of so we'll start with the lease renewal workflow.
Okay,
so
perfect.
In the lease renewal workflow, there's now an option to tick to update Console Pay details as well.
Oh, okay. So my rent goes up for my tenant?
That's right. Yep, you can choose to do it through here. So when I go into my finalise lease option, there's a little tick box here now that'll say automatically adjust my Console Pay schedule. So what they'll do, when I choose finalise lease, I'll get a little bit of information saying the recurring schedule will be automatically adjusted starting the 30th. So that's when my renewal starts. Obviously, there's a training database. And it doesn't include any pro rata amount, so making sure it's within the frequency of their rent payments as well.
Okay,
and if it has changed, so their rent's gone up, then that can be changed there as well.
Okay,
So that would all
and then
happen
it'll just
for you.
automatically happen on the date.
Yeah, exactly.
New lease amount, the new rent amount.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Easy.
Easy peasy.
Cool.
So within the vacate workflow, there's now the option to remove the Console payer as well.
Okay.
So once you click that, you can then finalise the lease, or the vacate, sorry. So once that's kind of gone through, then you can finalise it. It will actually stop you from finalising it at this point if you haven't removed the player. So then you actually know that you've done everything. So
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
helpful little thing. So you don't have to remember everything. There's so much going on in a day.
Cool. So that's all during our tenancy, lease renewals, end of tenancy, etc.
Yeah.
What about if a payment fails? So the tenant's direct debit for something didn't go through. They forgot to put money in their account and it's failed. So how do we deal with that situation, which is probably more common than, you know.
Yeah, that's true. So
Yeah.
if the event that you do have a failed payment, you will actually see it on your dashboard. So scrolling down the bottom, you'll see that there's a failed payment there. You can click through to the failed payment screen from there.
I see.
Otherwise, you can do it from your console pay menu option as well. You can see that there's a third tab called failed payments. From here, you can then choose to resolve the payment or reschedule it as well. So you can choose to, once you've rescheduled it, so if it's for whatever reason the tenant didn't have any money in their account or whatever's happened there, maybe there was, you know, they've had too many payments in one day, anything can happen. It'll give you a reason why it's dishonoured as well.
Sure.
So you can reschedule that on behalf of the tenant and then resolve that saying it's been rescheduled, or if the tenant's paid another way, then you can say it's been resolved, or if they've scheduled, they've got another payment coming through anyway. You can resolve it and put in the reason for it.
So that's easy, that makes sense. So then we're not, you know, we can obviously reschedule it. It won't do anything with our schedule, that'll just remain the same, won't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yep, so the schedule will remain the same. And you'll see that as well if you remember earlier in the Manage Console Pay screen and you've got those past history of payments, you'll see that, that dishonour in there as well.
Right.
So you can filter this view. If I wanted to see all my resolved payments, I can choose to apply that and I can see all the reasons for it as to why it was denied or why it's failed, essentially.
What about, so, okay, cool. So that's that side of it. How do we receipt our console pay? How does it match and how does it receipt?
Yeah. So it's all done for you in the background, essentially. And what happens is once the payment has cleared, which is usually about two days or 2 business days, that's going to just appear in your console cloud.
Oh, so we don't have to download or upload anything like that?
There's nothing to do there. Yeah, that's right. It's literally just going to appear. So when I go into my bulk receipting screen, I can see all of my payments that are cleared funds that have gone through and are now available in Console Cloud. So all you need to do from there, it's going to automatically select them all. I just need to hit select receipted. That's going to be all my invoices, if I've scheduled any bond, if I've scheduled rent, if I've scheduled deposits. Any of those will already be there. They're already lined up to the correct tenant because the reference is all again created in the background, nothing that you need to set up or do there. And you just have to hit receipt selected and that's it.
Is that it? Okay, so no matching and freaking out about all that. Just it all comes in automatically and it's all matched, ready to go, receipt. Okay.
Yeah. So it just takes away that pain process in the mornings when you come in, you make your coffee and you're doing all your receipting. It alleviates that human error as well, because I know sometimes like if a tenant's paid into your trust account, they've not put the right reference number in, it needs to go into adjustments, or whatever might have happened. You know, there's a lot more room for error. But Console Pay really removes that and it allows you to just let it all kind of handle itself. So it comes straight into your bulk receipting, hit receipt selected, and you're done for the day. You can get on with more fun things.
All right, well, thanks everyone for joining us today. We hope you got something out of today's session.
And if you do have any questions about Console Pay, you can comment and we'll get back to you. And make sure you like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel and we'll see you next time.
Awesome. See you guys.
Bye.